now let's go to the Smith family. This is where it starts to get a little dark because I did make some of these stories a little more um, serious than they used to be. Polytechnician Nine's nuclear family is the result of a cross-worlds vacation where he met Jenny, an alien enthusiast. Not aware it did this, his methods scrambled both her insides and her brains. She's a bit different now, but a wonderfully loving and intelligent mother all the same to their two kids, Johnny, who PT9 wishes was more Wally and less Eddie, and Jill, a major daddy's girl. Politician Technician 9 wishes the best for his family and agonizes over the damage he has done to Simkind, now having retired in shame. So that Wally Eddie thing is a reference to the sitcom uh, Leave It to Beaver, which I don't expect a lot of people to be familiar with because it's very old, but it's in line with Politician Technician Nine's whole like 1950s aesthetic thing he's got going on. So that's just a good reference, whether you understand it or not. Uh, their house is pretty faithful to the Sims 2 version. I wish this wasn't starting at night, but the save file, I've only played it in total while editing it for like 15 in-game hours, so it's currently the middle of the night on the very first Monday, despite all the time I've spent editing it. So this is it's pretty much the same house, just decorated better. Same weird rooms and everything. They got a little puppet thing over here because that room was pointless otherwise. It tries to match the same colors as the original and the same general vibes. Here's Politician Technician Nine's little alien room he's got up here. Johnny's bedroom and Jenny's bedroom. There's a little shared bathroom there. And with this family, I started making their story a little sadder, I guess, because in the earlier games, when you get abducted, your skills get mixed around and your personality points get mixed around. So I tried to make it so that when PT9 probed Jenny and got her pregnant and whatever, which we're gonna ignore that's not how alien pregnancy works. He screwed her up and he's really upset about it, and he retired from being a politician technician in shame because he did not know that that's what he was doing to people. So here's his last data log entry. Johnny's boyfriend is named Rip. Johnny's girlfriend is named Ophelia. I need to remember their names next time I see them. Rip, Ophelia. Rip, Ophelia. They are in what they call a throuple. It means three-person couple. I said that didn't make sense and Johnny got mad. He thought I meant it was wrong, but I meant three isn't a couple. Of course I'm not mad. Our people's traditional romantic structure is far stranger than a trio. I love this planet, but I still get confused by its terminology. I'm glad my kids are growing up here naturalized and don't have to struggle like me. In some ways, that kind of thing makes me feel more connected to Jenny and the confusion that I cursed her with. And in some ways, it makes me feel worse for having harmed her. But she's forgiven me, and I have to forgive myself for her sake. I promised her many times that I have, but I haven't. I owe it to her to make sure our kids are supported and have a better life than both of us. I have got to get Jill that horse she keeps asking for. It's only fair since I got Johnny that video game thing he wanted. So he's like a really loving dad who's like so upset that he hurt his wife and just can't get over it. And he's like struggling with just like being in this world now. So here's Jenny. She's pretty accurate to how she was in Sims 2, same as everybody else. She's got all her outfits and everything, just like everybody else. Jenny Smith's last text to her mom. Johnny is doing pretty good in school, and he's met some other kids his age he really seems to get along with. Jill keeps asking for a horse, as usual, and I think her dad might actually spring for one. He's so in love with the kids. I think he'd literally go get them the moon if he could. And I'm doing fine. It's hard sometimes, but I have all three of them to help me when I forget things or need help with something I lost my train of thought on. I'm sorry I didn't get you my new number for a few years, but I promise it was because I simply forgot. We're all okay, and I love us. Strangerville is really nice. I'm glad we moved here. I feel less out of place here. I love you, Mom. So Jenny is struggling with memory issues, and I think I gave her some relevant traits. She's erratic, clumsy, cheerful, family-oriented, squeamish, and a spice hound. Why is she a spice hound? I don't know why she's a spice hound, but she is. There's not a lot you can do to make Sims kind of have a vibe of, mental illness and trauma and that kind of thing. But look how cute she is. She's so pretty. It's not that serious, but the descriptions are meant to be serious, which, you know, just like any Sims game, it's a lot of it's in your imagination, and you just kind of knowing that these descriptions are there, I think, makes the game seem so much more real to me. Oh, look at Johnny Smith's character values. What are you doing? His outfit is as Sims 2 as I could possibly get with the existing clothing. I'm pretty happy with it. Something to notice is pay attention to his pants and remember them for later. Let's read his notes. Johnny Smith's last text to Rip Grunt. My dad says we can hang out here whenever we want, so come over today for sure. That way I don't have to see your dad, and your dad doesn't have to know we're dating. Or even friends, I guess. I don't care if he thinks we're enemies. But my dad's cool. He says he's excited that I'm dating a guy, which is lame and kind of weird, but I get what he means. He's happy he can be supportive, I guess. I'm sorry your dad's the exact opposite, but my dad is so crazy, I bet he has enough dad energy to spare some for you. Is that weird for me to say? I hope it doesn't make you feel bad. Jill says to bring Buck when you come over, by the way. They're starting a swim club or something. Dad's gonna grill burgers. So Johnny's like really happy with his home life. They have kind of like an idyllic family life going on here. And he's having a better time than Rip, whose description will go into more detail on that later. Jill, I'm going to send you inside where you can be seen in the light a little better. If you would like to teleport, please. Jill? Jill? Hello? Jill? There we go. So here's Jill. She's pretty accurate to her Sims 2 kid form. We're going to read hers. Jill Smith's call to action. I love the ocean. I love water. I love mermaids. I love dolphins. Do you love these things? Then join my club, the Water Wings. Because what is a fin if not a wing for a fish? Let's swim together. I am Jill, and this is my club. I want everybody to love the water as much as I do. And if you have a horse, bring it over, and we can play water polo. I like horses too. Did you know there's horses in the ocean? Join my club. She didn't have a lot of personality to go off of, but she wants to be a marine biologist in The Sims 2, so I made her like obsessed with the water and horses and stuff. And she has a club with Buck Grunt. See, I get the names confused. Where they do swim practice and stuff. So far, nobody else has joined. So let's check out. PT9 is in the Kings of the Grill. He's got a bunch of other dads who get together and grill. Jenny's in the Yoga Mamas, and they play violin and do yoga. And here's the thruple trouble with Rip and Ophelia, and they can just do romantic stuff together without getting jealous. I believe they also have their relationships set up so that they can do that outside of the club, but they'll show up in the world and behave as you would expect a throuple on a date to behave, which is really immersive. I try to use clubs a lot to be more immersive in general.